On average, 12 young people ages 10 to 24 commit suicide every single day. That's well over 4,000 teen suicides per year. Nearly 575,000 teens attempt suicide each year. 20% of high school students in the U.S. have admitted to have seriously considered suicide. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, written in 2007, shares the story of a girl who committed suicide, and rather than a note, she left cassette tapes explaining why. Before taking her life, the character mailed these tapes to the first person on her list, expecting they would pass them on until reaching the very last person. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher has won several awards, including California Book Award winner, selected audiobooks for young adults, quick picks for reluctant young adult readers, best books for young adults, Writing Conferences Literature Festival, International Reading Association Young Adults Choice List, Georgia Peach Book Awards for teen readers, Barnes & Noble Top 10 Best for Teens, Chicago Public Library Best Books, Association of Booksellers for Children Best Books, Kirkus Reviews Editor's Choice, and New York Times Best Seller. There are two protagonists in this book. One is a young boy named Clay Jensen. He was an acquaintance to the girl who committed suicide. The second is Hannah Baker, the girl who committed suicide and whose story is told through cassette tapes that Clay cannot stop listening to. Clay and Hannah went to school together and worked at the local movie theater together, but they never got very close. They had one experience that started to bring them close, but it did not last very long. The author takes the reader through a journey of one night while Clay listens to the tapes Hannah left behind to explain why she did what she did. Through these tapes, the reader learns about Hannah's life over the past 2 years and everything she has gone through that brought her to the decision to end her life. The main topic of this book is suicide, and considering the statistics, it is hard to decide whether or not this is something that should be taught in schools. Personally, I do not think I would want a depressed student to read through this book because it may cause more negativity. However, it is also very good because it can open the eyes of others to see how their actions really do affect another's life. By reading what one girl went through before losing all hope, this book may make students realize and think on some decisions they are making or have made and encourage them to make things right. It will also help them to look for signs in others and give them the strength and encouragement to offer hope to someone who seems hopeless. Although suicide is such a touchy and sensitive topic, this book does teach some valuable lessons. Throughout the book, we learn about the snowball effect as it pertains to Hannah Baker's life. As a freshman, she was voted best ass in the freshman class on a list made by an older male student. Hannah was new to the school she was attending and had only a few friends. As a result of this list, the people at her new school started to view her as nothing more than an object for sex. This then started many rumors about Hannah being promiscuous. One rumor led to another, and in the end, she had no friends. The only person who wanted to be her friend and whom she desired to know more was Clay. However, Clay was too shy, and because of all the rumors he had heard, he thought that he would never stand a chance with Hannah because he figured she was too experienced and he was not good enough. Finally, after a long chain of events, Clay and Hannah met up at a party and started talking. They started to get really close and they even kissed. At this point in the story, though, Hannah was too afraid to let anyone in. She feared that Clay would treat her the same as all the others, and so she pushed him away. He tried to stay and figure out what was going on, but she just kept telling him to leave, and so he did. Many teens experience similar things to Hannah as it pertains to the snowball effect. One negative experience leads to another, and it may seem as if the snowball never stops growing. In situations like this, it is hard to see hope. By reading through this book, students can learn to recognize signs of depression that may lead to suicide. However, because this book can be risky, the teacher would need to have some guided discussions to make sure the students have a positive experience with this book. Initially, some students may feel angry. They may think that if someone is so depressed that they are considering suicide, then that person should speak up and be open so others can help. However, if those students have never experienced depression, then they have no idea how hard it is to admit. This situation is played out in the story after Hannah left an anonymous note for her teacher asking that their class discuss suicide. Hannah's class did discuss suicide, but it was seen in such a negative light that rather than finding hope, she found nothing but another reason to commit the act. So, if a teacher did choose to implement this book in her classroom, she would need to be prepared for what students may say, but most importantly, be sensitive to the situation. As with many protagonists in adolescent literature, Hannah too finds an escape in writing. She particularly enjoys poetry. The one poem of hers that becomes known around the school as a poem by an anonymous author is called Soul Alone. She wrote it the day her class spoke so negatively about the topic of suicide. It says, "I meet your eyes, you don't even see me. You hardly respond when I whisper hello. Could be my soulmate, two kindred spirits. Maybe we're not. I guess we'll never know. My own mother, you carried me in you. Now you see nothing but what I wear. People ask you how I am doing. You smile and nod. Don't let it end there. Put me underneath God's sky and know me. Don't just see me with your eyes. Take away this mask of flesh and bone and see me for my soul alone." Knowing the reason behind this poem, it definitely sends chills up the reader's spine. However, Soul Alone can speak volumes. First of all, it expresses what Hannah is feeling, how she feels invisible. People see her with their eyes, yet they have no idea what she is going through, not even her own mother. All she wants is for somebody to know her in her deepest parts and to the depths of her soul. Knowing that 20% of high school students in the U.S. have admitted to have seriously considered suicide, it is a topic that should not be ignored. And although this book, 13 Reasons Why, may spring up a well of emotions, it may just be the one that high school teachers need to begin using in their classrooms. It opens the eyes of readers to see the signs and reasons why a person may be considering suicide. And although it is somewhat of a dark story, in the end, it offers hope. After learning all about Hannah's life, Clay is very downcast. However, he finds the strength and reason to reach out to another student who has shown similar signs to Hannah's. This may just be the book students need to find the strength and encouragement to talk to the person in their school who tries to go unnoticed and actually get to know them for their soul alone.